What is science? And what is the difference between science and philosophy, or science and spirituality? We have to understand this clearly. Science deals with the observable universe and material objects. Only that. That is the firm limitation of science. Only material objects and only the observable universe. Nothing beyond that. So that is science. That's what it deals with. Philosophy deals with the material universe and observable objects, but it also deals with non-observable objects and phenomena. It deals with things like right and wrong. It deals with questions of morality and ethics, and of non-physical objects like the soul and consciousness, right? So these are things that are non-observable, non-physical. By definition, the soul is non-physical, it's non-observable, right? You can see it, you can measure it. Therefore, it is in the realm of philosophy, not in the realm of science. It doesn't mean it may not exist.
Now, can we observe the soul? Can we measure the soul? Unfortunately, we cannot. And therefore, it is not scientific evidence. That is how science works. A million people can make claims that I have seen a ghost, or I have been reborn, or I have had a conversation with God. Those are non-provable scientifically, because you cannot replicate that phenomenon in a measurable way. You cannot photograph it. You cannot videograph it. You cannot measure it. That is simply how science works. You cannot mix religion, spirituality, and science. These are different domains, or philosophy and science. Science has certain criteria which cannot be mixed up with the criteria that philosophy has, or spirituality has, or religion has, right? So, because of that, I mean, I agree. I agree with what Dungar Singh Chauhan is saying. There are so many cases that seem extraordinarily convincing. I mean, how can a 4-year-old kid remember things? A 4-year-old kid who has never been to a certain place say exactly what is there about the life of a certain person. It's incredible. So it is incredible. It's very convincing, isn't it? And yet you cannot prove it scientifically. So when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to religion, or when it comes to philosophy, it's about belief. You don't need proof if you believe it. If you have the belief, why do you need proof? So we cannot bring this into the realm of science. We have to also understand that there are things that science has limitations. Science is unfortunately very imperfect. It's because of the limitations of our intellect. We humans are actually very unintelligent. Our intelligence has very, very, very hard limits. So there are so many things that we don't understand. So many things that science doesn't explain, cannot explain as of today. There are so many things that science is unable to explain today. 95% of the universe is dark. Science has no idea what it is. We are able to understand only a fraction of 5 or 4% of the universe. That too very, very imperfectly. So there is a whole lot that science cannot explain. Maybe in the future, when humans become more intelligent, we may be able to bring certain other things into the realm of science. But as of today, rebirth, karma, all of these things cannot be proven or disproven scientifically, and therefore they cannot come into the realm of science.